Assalamu alaikum. How are you, my dear students or my dear viewers? I do believe that you are going on well by the grace of the Omnipotent. I am also going on well with the grace of the Omnipotent. So let us not talk more, rather, let us go for study. In my previous class, my dear viewers, I discussed what is the definition of bias. I told you how many kinds of bias are there, and what is active bias, what is passive bias. I discussed this earlier, and I also discussed a rule and from active to passive and from passive to active. I also discussed the first rule of the bias. Now, today I'm going to discuss you the rule number 2 and rule number 3. So, students, come to the rule number 2. What is written here? I do not teach him English. I do not teach him English. It's an active voice. I will have to turn it into passive voice. What is the criteria? What is the structure of a passive voice? You have already known to the definition, to the structure, that the object of the passive voice will be the subject. So for searching for retaining the object, you have to find out what is subject in the active voice. So what is the subject in the active voice? I. And then you will seek for the main verb. What is the main verb? We are teach. And before teach, you see that there is do not. Whenever you will see that there is do not or does not in the voice or in anywhere, whenever you will see do not or does not or did not, these three verbs will be auxiliary verbs. They can never be main verb, because do not, does not, did not can never be main verb. Yeah, do, does, did can be used as main verb and can be used as auxiliary verb. When they are main verb, when they are auxiliary verb. Whenever do, does, did will be there, for only one verb will be there, do, does, did in a sentence, in a particular sentence, that will be the main verb. Suppose I do my homework, that is a main verb. But you see here, I do not teach him. Here, do not is a auxiliary verb. Whenever with do, there will be another verb that will be a main verb. Auxiliary verb, whenever there will be another verb, that will be auxiliary verb. So students, do not is an auxiliary verb. What is the main verb? Teach. And you will ask the questions to the main verb with who, or whom. Who or whom. What or whom. So teach, whom. Whenever I will question it, I will make a question to the main verb. Then we will find whom do you teach. Whom do you teach? Him. That is, him is an object. And another question, if I ask to the main verb, then I will get another answer. What do I teach? I teach English. So whenever the two questions will be asked to the main verb and the two answers will be found, that means there will be two objects. Two objects can never be subject in the passive voice. You have to choose one for subject. So what I will choose? I will choose the person, not the other object. Whenever there will be two objects, I will choose the person. So what is the person here? Him. So it will be an object. Him will be objective. The objective of him will be he. So I have written here he. Object will be subject. Then my dear students, what will I use or what will I write? I will write the auxiliary verb. What is the auxiliary verb will be there? Whenever you have already known that whenever there will be do not or does not in passive voice, the auxiliary verb will be am not, is not, or are not. So what can I write here? With he, we must use is not, because is used with the third person singular number. Am is used with I, and are is used with the plural number. So he is a third person and it is singular number. So we will write here is not instead of do not or does not. So we have written here is not as an auxiliary verb. Then what is the structure? Then the B3 or the past participle form of the main verb. So what is the past participle form of the main verb? Teach, taught. So I have written here taught here. as a main verb. Always you must remember that in passive voice, the main verb will be in the past participle form. Always, always. You must keep it. You must remember it. Must keep it in mind. Thought. And then we have got another object here, but we will take it as an extension. So extension will be there, and then by, we have used here by, and then subject will be object. What is the subjective form of object? I, the objective form of I is me. We have used here, written here me. So what is there? What I have done, I have the object, I have found here subject I and do not auxiliary verb, teach main verb, and the object, two objects are there. I have chosen the person as a subject. It is better. I can take it as I can take the other object as a subject, but to choose a person as a subject is better. So him will be him. The subjective form of him will he, and then auxiliary verb whenever do not or does not will be there. You have to write here is not, am not, or am not. With he there will be is not, and the B3 or past participle of the main verb taught, teach, taught, and then extension is there. Whenever you will find extension, then you have to write it before by, or you can write it here after the object, as you like. So English and then by, subject will be object. So students, I do believe that you have understood quite well. Now I will go. I will discuss another item, that means from passive to active. He is not taught English by me. It's a passive voice. So students, how to understand what is active voice, what is passive voice? I will discuss it later. Without by or without any other preposition, how to understand, I will discuss it later in my later classes. Okay. So after by, there will be the object. To make it passive, object will be subject. The subjective form of me is I. So I have written here I. So then whenever you will find am not, is not, or are not in a passive voice, then what to write in an active voice? What to write? Do not or does not. Am not, is not, are not is a passive voice, and do not or does not is an active voice. I have written here in the previous class. So do not. With I there will be do not. No, does not. Does not will be there only with third person singular number, and with everybody do not will be there. So I do not instead of am not, is not, are not. Then B3 will be B1. Why? You can ask me why it will be B1. There was B3. Why it will be B1 now? Why? Because after do not or does not or did not, you will use always B1. I am repeating it again. After do not, does not, or did not, you have to use B1. So taught, the B1 of taught will be teach, and then subject will be object. The objective form of he is him, and then extension will be written in the same way as it was. So I have completed. Again, I want to repeat it for the sake of you. After by, there will be the object, and the object will be subject, me. The subjective form of me is I, and then am not, is not, am not will be converted to do not or does not. With I, there will be do not according to the rules, and then B3 will be B1 because with do not, does not, did not, there will be B1, and then the subject will be object. What is the object of subject? He, him, and then the extension as it is there. So I think I have completed the rule 2, and I do believe that you have quite understood. So let us discuss the rule number 3. Rule 3. They knew me for my good personality. They knew me for my good personality. That means, yeah, whenever somebody will possess good personality, everybody will know him or her, and everybody will praise him or her. So we have to keep good personality. We have to show good personality towards the other people. So it is an active voice. In the question paper, suppose it is told to make it passive. You are told to make it passive. How to make it passive? What is the subject here? We first search, we must need to search for the subject. They. And what is the main verb? Knew. And after main verb, there will be the object. What is the object here? Me. Or you can ask questions, what or whom. what or whom. So they knew. Whom they knew. Whom they knew. Me, they knew me. So it's an object because I have got the answer. Or after the main verb there will be the object. So me is an object, and for my good personality it's an extension. So think about the object, not think about the extension, because extension will be the later. So me, the object, will be subject. I. What is the subjective form of me? I. And then auxiliary verb will be there. So what is the auxiliary verb? We will use here. Whenever we will find V2 in the active voice, we will find was or were as auxiliary verb. So with I, what will be there? Or what I can use as an auxiliary verb? I can use was, not were. Was will be with only the singular numbers, and where will be with the plural number. So was. And then according to the structure, there will be V3 of the main verb. What is the V3 of the main verb? Known. It's known. And then the extension. I think that it will be better for me to write the extension later on after the object will be written there. It will be good, because if I bring the object here, then it will not be good. It will not be so much good. So known. And then by. I saw, or you saw, or I taught you that by will be there in the passive voice. But now look at the students. But now I have written here to. What is the reason for writing here to instead of by? What or why I have written here? Why? The reason is that there are some words. With which by will not be there. Rather, with them to will be there. With them with will be there. With them in will be there. There are some special words are there. Among the special words, no is a kind. And with no, whenever you will change the voice active to passive, then you have to use here to. You have to use a to after no. So known to, not by. Remember, no will take preposition to, not by, always. So to. And then I have told you that the extension will not be replaced here, or I will not bring the extension here because some problems are there. Okay, let it go in the later. So subject will be object. They. What is the objective form of they? Them. And then the extension for my good personality. So I believe that you have understood quite well this rule also. I will discuss this. I was known to them for my good personality. It's a passive voice. So you are asked to make it active, to turn it into active. How to turn it into active? Let us discuss. I was known to them for my personality. So where is by? There is no by, and we are unable to know the object. No, you are not unable, because you know that after known there will be to, and after to there will be an object, because I discussed it a few minutes ago. So to, and what is the object here? Them, because after no there will be no will take preposition to, and then after to there will be the object. Them will be object, and this will be subject whenever to make it active. So them will be subject they, and then whenever you will see that there is was where as auxiliary verb, you will not take it into when to transfer it into active voice. You will omit this, because there was a rule that whenever B2 will be there, there will be was were. So whenever was were will be there in the passive voice, there will be B2. That means was were will be omitted. Was were will be omitted. So B3 will be B2, because B2 whenever B2 was there, there will be was were and then B3 of the main verb. But whenever make it into active, that was were will be omitted and the B3 will be B2. Again I am repeating you, object will be subject there, then was were will be omitted, and then B3 will be B2, and then subject will be object. What is the subject here? I. The objective form is me, and then the extension. What is the extension here? For my good personality. For my good personality. That's all. And again I am repeating that it's a passive voice. I was known to them for my good personality. So I will choose the object as a subject of the active voice. So what is the object here? Them. Them will be they. And whenever there will be was one, it will be omitted. And V3 will be V2. What is the V2 of known? New. And then subject will be object. I will be me. I will be me. The objective form of I is me. And then the extension for my good personality. That's all. I think that you have understood the two rules. Sorry for speaking English in the classroom, but students remember it that an English class shall have to be taken in English. It's a government's order, and we have to follow the order. In spite of this, I just use Bangla in the classroom because of the students' sake. Students can understand it clearly. So I have tried a bit that I am waiting for the answer whether you have understood in English or not. If you are going on well with the English speaking, or if you can understand it in English medium, then I will try, I will make it again in English. Or if you don't, I will try to take it in Bangla. Give comments, watch videos, and the videos loaded by the other teachers, and stay home. Just pray 5 times for 5 times, and keep keep your mentality on for study, and just what can I say, nothing to be doing the outside, rather stay home and study seriously, and pray for us, and pray for everybody, pray for the whole world. Okay, for today's class that's all. See you again with the next video. Thank you.